Well, my bit's over, so we're just gonna go with it now. Anyway, this is the keyboard you all donated for, and then also the hand cam down below as well. Thank you for the incentives. The credit song's coming at the end, but this is the old janky keyboard that I'll be using for the run. I also have a commentator with me.
Hello, I'm Amerlin. I ran this game because Volition put me onto it from GDQ, and then I just sort of like bullied everyone around me to running it.
But yeah, so this is Epistory. It's a typing game. It's a pretty basic RPG. There's like some small upgrades. The beginning of this run's a little tight on experience, but we'll get to those when we get there. Otherwise, we're gonna get ahead getting started. When I type the word new, that's gonna start the run. So 3, 2, 1, go.
So like up front, this is probably one of the hardest games that like I've ever run. And I run things like Borderlands, and this is way harder than that because there's a combo point scoring system in the game, which you can kind of see along the bottom, and that's going to be the main thing that Shock is focusing on through the game. He has to hit certain breakpoints in order to, continue and unlock areas.
So she followed.
So
there's two.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's two forms of movement. You can either use EFJI, which is what they put in to make it more standard for like using the home row, because you go into typing mode, you can hit space, or you can use WASD, and they actually move you in different directions, which is really weird. But you can actually use the two different directions to kind of split. So you go in 8 directions like cardinals. But you can actually use the two to combine angles and hit some really weird things that like the devs definitely did not intend for you to do.
Yeah, so the basic mechanic is you walk around like this normal in just like regular walking mode. But when I hit spacebar, if an object can be typed like these, I can type the word after I go into typing mode by hitting the spacebar. So 2 different modes, kind of walking mode and then typing mode. So you'll assume you switch in between them freely at will. When I get to we'll just call it a nest fight, those will be typing mode all the time. I can't switch in and out of it. First thing to note is we're going to get the first upgrades here. There's some key upgrades that we're going to need. The first ones are obviously we're going to pick speed upgrades, so just so we can move around the map as fast as possible. So like right off the bat here, I'm going to grab these 2 points in velocity so I can move along, and then we're going to grab sprint next right before the next map reveal.
Also, straight up as like a casual player while Shock is just going through this is definitely one of the prettiest games like in the world. The papercraft stuff is really nice. Definitely recommend checking this out if you're interested in typing games. Also, in this run, we're not even going to see half of like the game.
Yeah, there's I think there's 7 dungeons. There's at least 6. There's 8 dungeons. Okay, I must have missed one then. So now I'm gonna get sprint. So now if I hit shift, I can sprint around the map. We'll get to the dungeons in a second, but I'm gonna do a glitch here called, I'm calling it typing in cutscenes. So this is a cutscene that's
what it's called.
Yeah, so I can enter typing mode in the cutscene. I'm not supposed to be able to do this, and what you type is based on what your camera sees. So because the camera is seeing all this stuff here, okay, got that one. They can see all that stuff in the distance. I'm allowed to type them even though I'm nowhere close to them. It's used a little bit. It's not necessary though. It's just kind of like a optimization. This is a nest fight. I'll let Amy take this, just because this is kind of particular where I end my combo.
Yeah, so he's going to be focusing a lot on these nest fights. It is essentially just things spawn in a circle around you, and they come towards you and try to kill you. This is a one-shot kill game, so if he gets touched at all, he's dead. And so at this point you might be wondering, like, why is this called any percent adaptive? Why not just any percent? So there's 5 difficulties in the game that go from easy to, I think, insane is the hardest one.
Insane's the hardest one.
Yeah.
I got a fun fact that I learned actually a couple days ago about insane.
But there's also this difficulty called adaptive, which is supposed to like change how hard the game is based on like how good you are at typing. So if you think you're kind of between a couple levels. The thing about adaptive is that it gets hard enough that it goes faster than insane. Like enemies move faster than insane. Your word choice, the word selection differs between difficulty, and your word, like, he'll start getting longer and longer words as he does better, doesn't make
Like that, for
mistakes.
example. That's now I'm starting to get like 8-letter words.
Until fire roared behind her.
So
Like enemies will move faster and stuff like that.
Actually, let me do this one more fight, and then I'll talk about the keyboard of why I did the keyboard incentive. Wow, I haven't seen that one.
I hate my personal kryptonite in this area is anything with Speleo, and it's Speleo. Just for some reason, I can't type that word.
The reason I chose this keyboard as an incentive is this
sucks.
thing is really hard to type on. I have to use a kind of a lot of force to make it feel like I'm typing on a normal keyboard. The switches aren't great. This thing also doesn't have a thing called ghosting. If you're a keyboard nerd and you know what that is, that will be a problem. I at points will need to hold 3 keys at the same time. So if I don't do that correctly, then it's going to be an issue.
Can I just ask, like, what is Speleo?
Good question. It's
I
a
don't
rock
know.
thing. So everything in this game relates to what it's attached to. So like treasure chests will have like money words attached to them. Fire words will, you know, eruption, pyrology, fire things. Speleo is some type of rock. I don't know. There's actually a dictionary in this game where you can look up all these words.
Well, that's
But-
convenient. Today I learned. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I actually have someone in my chat whenever there's a word I don't understand or I don't like know what it means. I just have them look it up and paste it in chat.
Yeah. It's great.
Shout out to Converter. I saw you earlier.
That's like a top-notch mod right there.
Yeah. Alright, so
Oh my god, please. The keyboard is killing me.
he's attempting to maintain his combo through here, just because it gives him the benefit of, you know, unlocking intensity there. This is another wave fight, nothing really interesting here. What you'll notice is that some of the words from earlier were red colored, like that one that he just got off to the side. So there's 4 elements in this game. Flame, ice, fire, ice, wind, and spark. And specifically, only words that are colored that color can be killed by that element. So fire is the only one he has right now, so all of his words are automatically fire type. So everything he goes through here, he's not going to have to change elements. But later on, he'll start getting enemies in the same wave fight that have 2 different, so you get like fire and ice enemies, so you have to swap between the 2. Fire is
God.
probably the second best power in the game, just because what it does is it slowly burns away the next word on an enemy. So, you know, if like that pebble rock had 2 words on it and he typed pebble and then didn't type anything else, it would just very slowly burn it away. And he's actually going to utilize that here for something pretty cool that I don't do because I suck at this game.
Yeah, it'll be used later to purposely keep my combo in an area that, I mean, it's definitely intended, but
It's
like,
not intended. You're definitely supposed to drop it through there.
oh hey, Espelio.
I hate the word so much.
Oh, my hand. We're good. Alright,
Yeah,
so
so
here
he's-
I'm going to grab Velocity and Intensity 3 for the extra speed and energy when I hit a word. Intensity is mainly during a nest fight. It doesn't... During the overworld, you get enough energy that you're basically going to reset your combo most of the time. So here, I'm going to set that bug on fire, and I'm going to run away. And there's a cutscene that happens here, but the bug just died, so that resets my combo again. So I can move through here, go around here, and maintain my combo to kill these bugs here, and then go into the nest. So I get to maintain this combo all the way into the final nest.
Yeah. So like this, I was talking earlier, this is why this is the hardest game I've ever run, just because you have to maintain really high words per minute, and you have to like do all of this really complicated stuff with maintaining your combo. It gets even worse in the next dungeon. I think the next dungeon is generally the hardest part of the run.
It has the hardest combo to maintain. Unless you know where everything is, like, you will drop it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So, you'll see at the end of this nest where adaptive difficulty really comes in terms of the, where adaptive, like, is... working in the background.
Yeah, so I can't remember exactly the name of the person who did it. It's whoever the mod is. Thextera. Thextera is the mod for this game. He actually wrote a tool at one point that like tells you how close you are
So here's
to
the
each
adaptive.
difficulty. Yeah, so he's not even gonna type. Or he is gonna type second word. Okay. Sometimes I
faster
just let
to
that
word.
word to death.
It's faster to type it if you can type it.
Yeah.
But that's where adaptive's really coming in. So in the background, it's like increasing difficulties. So whenever it's like, oh hey, I can give you a really long word, it's gonna throw one at me whenever I can.
Yeah. So in terms of difficulty, he's probably at least on the second highest right now, if not the highest. And then from there, it keeps going up. Like, this goes harder than the hardest difficulty that you can set the game to. So enemies will just start sprinting at him. You know, this game gets really hard.
No, I'm going to grab...
I think you should be fine.
I'm going to go ahead and grab this 500 point thing here. Tinder, and then I'm going to do typing cutscenes again here. For literally one thing. There's one thing in the background I want to shoot. Actually, no, I'm not going to shoot that. I'm going to wait. So typing in cutscenes will go away if you shoot a word and then the camera loses sight of anything that has a word attached to it. So that's why like I didn't shoot anything there because I'm waiting for a better camera angle to shoot stuff.
You can change that, actually. There's a setting for how you go out of typing mode.
So like I'm shooting stuff all the way in the back left corner of the map right now. I might have killed it.
All right, Chuck,
Yeah,
give you a challenge. $50 if you hold the combo correctly through Drowning Halls.
Okay. I got that. Alright, I'm going to get intensity 5. And we're going to move on. Alright, so Drowning Halls. This is the most important combo. There's a harder, technically harder combo in the next map, which is Creation City, if I'm lucky on a spam. But this is probably the hardest combo to hold.
Yeah, but Creation City is a lot easier just because of how many things are present in the map.
I can see with it. It's raw. God, these bugs can get stuck in the door sometimes.
Yeah. This one is way harder specifically because of all the, like, puzzle stuff that you have to do in between.
Fun fact about those gates, they're the same word, just spelled both directions.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Alright, so I'm going to combine both control schemes here, like that.
In ways that frightened her.
So I used S and F, which is S from the gamer controls and F from the intentional controls, or the easier controls, so I can get the proper angle. So it saves me having to do the entire puzzle twice, technically.
Yeah,
because you're intended to do the puzzle, go all the way down, mess it up, and then do it on the way back. Yeah. And it's kind of annoying, but you can just get a neat little angle.
As per usual, if you step on the red pads, everything resets. You know, and if you step on a pad again, it'll reset. But that one's pretty easy to counter.
We got a little bit of time. If you want to throw like one donation out while I just get to the power up.
I don't know who I am anymore.
Sure thing. Well, Gundam Pilot Spaz sent in $45 and said $5 per death in Faces of Evil.
Mocking, taunting. A light shone ahead.
Alright, so this is the second power-up. This is the ice power-up. It is definitely not as useful. Like, it's kind of a lifesaver, but I don't really need it. Oh my god.
I hate chemo words, too.
These words are always long if you have adaptive on. Those ones are always very long words.
Control the rising swell. Calm descended like mist.
Yeah, I would heavily recommend if you pick up this game and you're not that good at typing, like, set it to, like, the medium difficulty.
So here, this combo that I have now, I'm going to try to hold it until the end of the level. Ideally, I will not drop it at any point. Oh my god, no. It's stealing it. Go away. The chest was M&A and cremate was my word.
Yeah, so this is, again, anything he sees on camera, it'll try to take the input for that. So that's going to really come into effect in the next dungeon, where he's really high up.
Oh,
so really a lot of the difficulty, a lot of the difficulty in this game is basically you look all around the screen and then memorize what words you see, and then while you're typing that word, you're memorizing the next word. So you're typing about, like, you know, a half a second in the past from what you're looking at. And some of the time, like early game, you do this a little bit more. Late game, as you get some of the power-ups, you don't do it as much. But what you want to do is kind of slow down your enemy kills so that you get a little bit of the bump in between each one. But he doesn't really have to do that anymore.
Alright, this is the hard part of maintaining the combo. I have to get it all the way through the next 2 puzzles, and then maintain it to the ending nest. This is what makes this combo so hard. Congeal. Alright, you just leave me alone, please. So here, I can have typing mode while sliding to sort of extend my combo a little bit for safety. And here's another cutscene typing mode. I'm going to try to delay this a little bit. Like that.
Yeah, if you type something outside of a nest, past a certain point of upgrades, it always completely refills your bar. So that's why he's like waiting to type it until the cutscene ends.
So here's just another quick puzzle. That was close. Let's grab those 2.
You're gonna be pretty close here.
Oh, hold up.
You should be able to get that one down at the bottom. There you go.
I'm just gonna do that just to be sure. I don't know why, I just like forgot how to do that puzzle quickly. Alright, cool. Easy. I'm gonna grab that because I want Amy to pay me $50, or pay the charity $50.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay you $50 specifically. Yeah, those 2 mobs past there are what you would like. What the safe part to
I just
continue your combo.
$50 for charity at this point. If I lost the combo here, I'd kind of be impressed that I lost it because it's
really hard to lose it on a nest. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to lose it on a nest when you have Intensity 5 as an upgrade because it's gonna refill my entire combo.
Yeah, but like, by the way, I absolutely do not want to undersell what he did. That is really hard. That's like the main thing that coming back to this game, and de-rusting is practice for. Is like, you have to practice the combo through Drowning Halls, because if you don't, you have to do the backup chest, and the backup chest is bad to do. Wastes like 2 minutes.
I didn't want to do that yet. Dean, Echo, Ice, Latin, Jade. I just start like saying these words to myself because I type them faster if I lose track of like in my head.
Yeah. Ice also, we didn't really explain what it does. It freezes enemies in place, which is like fine. But when you're at the adaptive level and like really slamming, you're not in any danger of actually ever being hit. So it's not really a useful power because it doesn't kill enemies any faster.
She bent the tide to her will, but she would never be the same.
Some words, after, oh please, luckily I got stuck there. Some words, I got really bad at typing the words, so I just started memorizing the finger motions to type the word. I don't think about the word I'm typing, so my hands just kind of autopilot. Whoops, I wasn't on it.
Yeah,
I had just autopilot some of these words sometimes.
I did the same things. I had to train myself to hit the Speleo words.
Yeah, coral root is one of the words. I just memorized the finger motions. I don't actually think about what I'm typing.
Yep.
All right, so here I'm specifically not getting these upgrades right now, just because I want to make sure I get some upgrades for the next element first, because I had a practice run where I didn't have enough points before I got to the final nest. So these gold chests are always 2,000 points. I am really low. That is.
Yeah, you're really behind.
I got the combo, but like, why am I so far behind? All right, well, we're gonna go get a bonus chest that's up here. It's the only one I know off the top of my head of a chest in the area, so it's gonna be a little slow.
Yeah, so there's a lot of backups in this game, and like we mentioned earlier, he's doing a bunch of dungeons, or he's not doing like literally half of the game. So there's just fully half of the game that he's not doing. And normally the devs would intend you to do that, because obviously you're going to be dropping your combo a lot through the dungeons. But with a lot of careful combo management, obviously we can make it through.
I mainly need this like one chest over here, because there's another chest further ahead that's 5. There's another chest up ahead on the actual path I need to go to, which is 500 points. So this is just to get me to the point of. Although I think that
Should be
Oh, I need to go
fine.
pick that up. Right.
Yeah.
it's not on a magnet. I need to pick that up. Oh yeah, I got enough. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one chest was enough.
You need 45k for the next unlock.
Yeah, there's not enough. Oh, there's a chest right there. Lame. Noting for the future. I walked right past it too. I just man, it's right there. Oh, whatever. Oh, hello. Nope, leave me alone.
Again,
Where's-
enemies one shot, so he's just trying to avoid them.
Nope, not this one. It's this one over here. Right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's the one right above the 2k chest. Yeah, so this unlock is 40k, and then the next unlock is 45. And after this, we're totally fine on points, because the next dungeon is it's totally free. You
there's
can
just not a
maintain a
lot of-
combo of like 20k all the way through.
There's just not a lot of small stuff here to get a small combo on. There is a chest, but there's not enough small stuff here. So that's why I went for the other chest. I could
Yeah.
do typing and cutscenes here, but it doesn't technically matter, so it's not a big
Exactly.
deal if I miss it.
Yeah, if you're like 1k short pre-creation city, then it's totally fine. You just hit a bunch of small stuff, but he was a little bit shorter, so he needed the extra chest. Also, put in the $50 after your run.
Thanks.
Because he did it. I mean, again, genuinely, it's very hard to do.
Never seen a storm like that before. It was an unnatural, fearful thing. A force that must
Alright,
not
so
be
this
please,
dungeon-
That wire's solid. Alright, I'm just gonna start my combo out here, just for a little bit of a bonus.
So this dungeon gives straight up, no shot, the best power in the game.
She stood below a
So
skyborn city,
the two powers we've gotten so
amongst
far,
its roots,
they're
iron
fine,
and steel.
pretty good.
But the city
Fire would probably be the best if
devastated
this
by
one
the
didn't
power of
exist.
the storm.
So fire and ice both affect one monster individually. The upcoming one is called Spark, and it chains off of enemies to knock a word off of other enemies. And if you'll notice, some enemies only have one word on them, so it just kills them straight up.
Strange constructs around
This is what he's been saving a bunch of upgrades for, because every upgrade you put into Spark gives another chain, so it chains up to 5 enemies at a time. So he can just knock out like half of what's in a nest in one shot, and it counts towards your combo, which is the bonus for that. Which is the only, like, that's the reason that Spark is so viable. If it didn't count toward your combo, it's
please.
like it would be so bad. We actually wouldn't upgrade Spark because we wouldn't want to use it.
Alright, I'm gonna go for... This is gonna be really tight, but I'm gonna go for a trick
How could she
here.
survive?
You tripped last second there.
Then she saw
Nope,
the city,
couldn't figure it. Alright.
the spark.
There's something I can hit off camera to maintain this combo. It's not the end of the world.
Tangled in the static of creation.
Like, it's not a big deal. It's just like, it just makes it a little safer. So here's Spark. Please?
Yeah, so you can see it took a word off there.
Oh, I can get Perseverance.
The city began to
Alright, cool.
awaken at
Grab
her
that now.
touch.
Yeah, so he's got 2 points in Spark, which means every Spark hit he does chains to three other enemies. The one thing that doesn't make Spark, like, it's busted. We can all kind of agree that. The one thing that doesn't make it completely overpowered is that it doesn't chain off of enemies that have one word left. So a lot of times what you're going to see Shock do is...
I'm surprised I got that with this keyboard. That's where the ghosting could affect me on this keyboard,
Truly belong.
because I spam that, and if I hold more than 3 keys, I can't type that. Okay, we're good. Sorry, go ahead.
So one of the things he's going to do...
Her dreams. She could make it her home.
I drank a beer earlier and it's really fucking with my head. I don't remember what I was saying.
Excuse you?
I mean, messing. I'm sorry.
Excuse you.
Hecking.
Hacking.
I'll put $5 in the swear jar for that.
You should donate $5 to the charity.
I will, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, so Spark doesn't chain off of enemies that only have one word left. So a lot of times there's these big enemies. I call them slugs.
Oh, it was this combo. This was the thing I was trying to hit down there, the Spark one. That bridge there.
Yeah. So there's slugs that have just a bunch of like really short words on them.
Oh, I'm scared about this. I might drop here.
And so Shock will just
Easy. He's gonna be close.
Among the
I'd say
pines,
slam it.
the strange towers.
Oh, just barely.
That sucks. I might have to go get bonus points after this now.
I think you should be alright. The Creation City is wild for points.
We'll see.
Yeah, so Shock will hit a bunch of enemies down to like one word, and then like
She saw
all of
gleams
those
of
chains hitting in a row will kill everything around it, and then he'll hit the final word. It's gonna be really obvious on the nest where you like watch him. He'll just you have to wait until the spark
She
from
found
the
the
fox
homes of those who lived
hits the enemy, and then you can finish it off.
I'm gonna blame the keyboard on dropping that combo. I
Yeah.
think that's fair.
There's a little mini nest here. It's required to move on to the next area.
Every
I don't know why.
dungeon-
It's
every dungeon except for the wind dungeon, I think, has a mid-section nest that you have to do.
I think we actually skip the mid dungeon nest.
In
With-
wind.
Yes, with the
Okay.
clever manipulation.
Let's see. I should have Spark on here. So there you go. Spark is just, killing a bunch of stuff at once.
Yeah.
I also have to time how fast I do the Spark, because if I do them too quickly, Spark won't actually kill stuff. It'll just eat the ability.
Yeah,
Also, I'm
it
going to
has to
shoot the
hit.
switch on the bottom of my screen. I'm going to shoot that switch one time. We'll explain that in a second. But I had to hit that at least once.
Oh, and by the way, Spark also works on any element type. So if you chain off of a Spark enemy onto an Ice enemy, it takes the word off that. So pretty much for the rest of the run, he's like not ever going to switch off Spark. Because it's just straight up that good.
Oh, hey, it's me. Oh my god, please. Bad.
Please type your own name. I'm begging you.
Please. Rubble, chloride. That ice bug is gonna get in my way. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm
Even
gonna grab
streets
all of
deserted.
these. And I'll grab that as well. Take the extra second to... I'm leaving that left lamp for a reason. Home. Okay, go grab it now for slight combo extension. So I hit that switch during the middle of the nest for this gate right here and this one. So I can actually do this puzzle early. It's not like
all
it's
of
not
the-
intended, it's just a little trick that you can do.
All of the gates on this map are connected, meaning they all work off of the same like system. I don't really know how to explain it.
Just every gate on the map is linked. Every switch on the map is linked, so if you hit any switch, all of the like linked gates will switch around the map.
Everything switches. So he's like, if you hit it in a certain pattern throughout the map, he'll be changing everything around at the exact same time. Except for those are specifically like just one area
Tier
gates.
4 Spark. I know I don't have this normally, so this will actually be a nice bonus to have. Oh god. I hate that.
Right hand index finger rolls are probably the worst part of this.
Yeah, all the gates are just a 4-letter, like, in sequence pattern. So you're just kind of getting... It's just a complete random of what pattern you get. Alright, so now we're heading to the final nest.
ASDF and DFJK are probably my two favorites, because those are really easy.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
POIU.
my typing mode.
Erosion
That's
was
lame.
killing the city. Its arteries
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and grab all of this stuff in the background there, just to make sure I have enough points.
You should be totally fine walking into the final nest of 10k.
I just wanna make sure.
Sure,
it can't
yeah,
hurt.
for sure.
Alright,
Alright, so here's where Spark kind of just lets it rip. Spark will chain to anything.
I
even stuff
legitimately
you
can't see some of the bugs because of the camera I'm using to see the keyboard.
Well,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, so you're gonna see him like actually just wait to type some of these enemies, and you may be like, oh, that's slower, but he doesn't have to type all of the words that the Spark is chaining to and destroying.
Yeah, like I'm gonna kill so many bugs at once by doing that. So like I can type that one right there, and I can kill. Jesus. I'm not used to having tier 4 Spark here. This is crazy.
Yeah, this is why I always try to get tier 4 here. It kind of just destroys this. Like, this nest isn't hard anymore.
Ugly.
I was surprised it chained that far. Spark does have a maximum chain distance, so like this big chonky worm in the back, he's just typing really slowly through it, and it's killing everything.
It's also something to note is it will only chain in one direction, so it's not gonna like, oh, it has a maximum chain of 5, but it will split into 2 different directions at once. It doesn't do. It only goes in one direction.
Yeah, so like this is such an easy nest if you have tier 4 Spark, because you just kind of kill everything. So here's where actually he runs into danger with the camera trickery. So this is on the top of the map, and so he can see everything below him. So if anything, like, if he starts typing any word that's lower, oh my god.
That sucks. Did I lose all those points?
Yeah, that might be bad.
It could be fine.
We'll see.
We'll make it.
I don't know what happens if you die there.
We'll make it work. I was trying to type cribe, I'm pretty sure, but it was just eating my inputs. This keyboard, man, literally is doing me wrong.
I want to remind you that you did this to yourself.
I did this to myself. I'm aware I did this to myself.
I mean, technically it was an incentive, so the generosity of our donors kind of did it, but
Yeah, but you have to offer it. That's the problem. Whatever. It was for a good cause.
Anyway, so we're just rewind all the commentary, do that again, pretend you didn't hear any of it. Spark level 5 is wild.
It's killing things as like I'm trying to type them. That's what's great about Spark. Like you're like, oh, I need to type that, but then it dies before you finish typing.
Would this be a good time for a donation or two?
Yeah, go for it. It's got like another minute or two of this.
Awesome. Well, Sunny sent in $50 and says, as it is written, you, Link, are the hero of Aurora Borealis.
My input is getting stolen so many times.
Yeah, alright, so we're back to where we were before. He's at the top of the map, and so he can see everything on the map, which means that anything he can see in the corner, it might steal his input.
Which means
Which
it
is
resets the thing
a
I'm trying
problem.
to type. Alright, you die first. You die first. Alright, we're good. That's the hardest part of the run. Or hardest part of this section.
Yeah. So actually, it's, I guess, kind of a benefit for him dying, because that took down his adaptive score, so enemies are going to move a little bit slower. His words are going to be a little bit smaller.
Well,
But yeah, a lot of this, like a lot of the difficulty with this run, is again typing fast, but it's also learning the enemy spawns. So, like, he knows that even if he can't see it, there's a really long word, or there's a bunch of really short words coming up, so he doesn't have to type the long words.
No. What's that?
Error.
Man. Got unlucky. Oh, it wasn't close enough. Transportation. This will put me at
67.
That's really low.
Yeah.
It's like really bad. Shoot, where can I fix this? Hey, remember when I was confident I was gonna blow the 105 out of the water?
Yeah.
I
guess you should start grabbing chests.
I know we're 2-1.
So she left the city behind.
Wow, I just killed like 3 things. I didn't even see him. Why is that out of frame? All right.
Yeah, you need 80k for this next part. And he would have been totally fine if he didn't die partway through that nest, because it killed the combo. But also what it does is the combos give you points. So it gives you points like directly to your pocket, but it also gives you points for...
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and grab that combo. Cool, that does not kill my
Still, she had
thing.
overcome. and she felt stronger for the trial.
There is a chest I can grab up here as well.
Yep.
Oh, that's lame.
Getting flashbacks to my Mercy Kill run.
That's okay, so that's the zone before the one I need. The sad part is, like, a lot of the points I would get during or right before the section I need it would be helpful here. So, like, there's a lot of fighting I'm gonna do on my way to the next dungeon, but I can't use those points now. I have to use them after I unlock the area. Let's see if there's something else I can grab before I can grab that chest that I saw earlier.
Yeah, that you passed earlier.
Yeah. It's like up here or something.
It was up more.
It's right here, yeah. It's over here. There's a 2K chest down there I need to find. One rose. We're making this work, chat. Don't worry.
Yeah. Like, the backups in this game are definitely possible. You just have to know where they are. But, I mean, ideally in a run, you wouldn't actually get any of these backups.
I've not continued a run where I've died in Creation City. That's more the, I don't think there's a chest up here, but I'm gonna check.
Tangled undergrowth could
I've
not
never actually
stop
died in
the
Creation City, so...
Ah, there's one. Ice. You know, my fortune stuff. So handy. There's
More
a
ice words.
there's a zone to be revealed, but it's just floating in the void over there. That's kind of neat. Let's see if I can maintain this and find something else. No, so there's a 2K chest down below that I can grab, like, by the area I need to go to. So if I get to 78K, we'll be pretty good. I could probably head to the area now. 76K is pretty good.
Yeah, there, in the run-up to this next dungeon, there's a few things that you can kill. So, you know, they give decent XP.
Yeah, there's the 2K chest right there.
Yeah, so I mean, with what he has right now, he could probably farm up to 80k, which is what you need for the next dungeon.
Shivers. Shiver me timbers. I need 80k.
I think you're fine. With that 2k plus all the combo you're gonna get here.
It won't push me quite there. It'll be close, though. I need to get a few more 1,000 points. But there should be some things I can grab here. We're literally just trying to find anything to shoot at this point for points. Grab this.
Yep.
The actual, like, kill isn't that worth that much. Alright, we're gonna go hunt for a couple more chests.
Yeah, he's about 1,000 short right now.
Oh, there's a chest in the top. Actually, I can teleport. Hold up, I have the upgrade. There's a chest up here I can grab.
There is. Proud of you. You're doing it.
We will get back to the speedrun momentarily after these short messages from... Oh,
This is what's called a...
chest up here.
This is what's called a backup strat. Yeah. So this kind of reveals like how much of the game that we are just ignoring. Like there's full dungeons in these areas with. Wow,
I didn't even know he was there.
Almost died there.
Yeah, that would have been bad. I definitely have enough now. I just need to let the combo run out.
Yep. So yeah, there's like full dungeons in this area with like story and voice dialogue that he's just completely ignoring because we have enough points to go past him.
There we go. All right, back on track. Let's go.
Yep. Nothing happened.
idle winds
Yeah, that was intentional. The death was just a showcase that I know this game.
delighting
Except for not
in its
really.
feather touch.
Yeah, we don't. No runner really learns the backups because if you just die in Creation City, you just reset.
Yeah.
Tornadoes
This is pretty brutal speed run. Basically, any death causes a reset. And even then, I didn't grab that chest, and I saw a 2K chest up there, so if I do need to go back for any reason after this map, which is possible.
I think you're fine. Just kill everything on the way. And, like, rolling into whatever this dungeon is called, because I genuinely don't remember.
Whispering Isles.
Whispering Isles. With, like, 82k is totally fine.
Oh my god, please.
The final nest is a really ridiculous amount of points.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So here, this is where Spark really is going to go off. So, I'm killing things I can't even see yet. Oh. Oh, neat, I got this.
So go ahead.
Go ahead. I just got a neat little glitch. Now the Spark effect is like on my character until I leave the map. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was gonna say how y'all feel about another donation right now.
Oh, go for it.
So Quasi Order sent in a donation and says, "I love this game so much. Go Shockwave! So happy to donate during my favorite speedrun marathon, Water Squeaks."
Yeah, this company, Fishing Cactus, actually put out kind of a sequel to this game. So the girl has no name in this game, and they explicitly will not tell you her name. And they released a sequel called Nanotale, where again the girl has no name and they will not tell you her name. So it's just straight up a meme with them.
The Spark glitch persisted. That's
good.
new.
Nice.
A deceptive calm.
It's because you can actually leave, because this is just a different part of the main map.
Alright, so it'll go away when I change elements here.
Fractured by the tornado's will.
So this is probably aesthetically my favorite dungeon. I think it looks really cool. The problem is that it's boring as heck, because the wind power-up is actually the worst power-up in the game.
It actually hinders you
Yeah.
when you have to use it. So like every element has an effect on the enemies, like we described earlier. So fire burns a word away. Ice will just freeze them in place. Spark will hit other enemies nearby. Wind pushes them away, and yes, that does mean it can push them off frame while you're
Which-
typing their words.
Will happen in the final level of the game. So it's again, you can only type things that you see on camera. And if you can't see it on camera because wind has pushed it off, sorry, you can't type the word. Even if you're like 3/4 of the way through it, and you're almost done, nope. You can't do it.
Yeah, so it will actively be annoying in the last section.
Yeah. If there were a way to beat the game without unlocking wind, we would do it.
So this is a really hard puzzle. You type the first word, then you type the second switch, and then you get in here, and then you type both switches. Really difficult puzzle.
It is actually genuinely a difficult puzzle if you like don't know what you're doing.
It's one of those, it might be hard to solve, but like the solution is pretty easy.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna switch while I'm teleporting there. Small optimization.
Carried poisonous lies.
Ice maritime.
Have you upgraded fire yet?
I upgraded fire twice. I don't have any more points though.
Okay.
Alright,
Yeah.
so here's some neat little like, well actually, let me type these words first, then I'll describe it.
Upgrading fire is like the one optimization I brought to this game because there's a couple words in the end of the game.
Squeeze through right here without destroying these pots. Just like
You're
a
not supposed to be able to do that.
Yeah.
There's a couple enemies in the end of the game that you can't spark because there's nothing near them to. And the one observation I brought was
Also, remember that bug. We're leaving that
upgrading
alive
full
on purpose.
fire.
Till all.
We're leaving that bug alive for a reason.
Because it was out of the way and slow to kill, right?
Yeah. Alright,
Yeah.
so here's the last upgrade, Wind. Wind also has the weirdest words, as I've learned from running this game. It has some very bizarre words. Again, thanks Converter for showing these words, or looking these words up. Maximum fire. Alright, so remember that bug? He's over here still. We're gonna give him a hug. He's a friendly bug.
Oh no! A death causes a reset.
Yeah. Remember Death Cause a Reset? Remember that?
There's a glitch in this game where if you don't delete and fully reset your profile, dying to that bug will set you back to what you were when you entered Creation City.
No, so that death was to skip backtracking. It saves like 45 seconds. Alright, and then the reverse of that puzzle is actually even easier. It's only 3 hits instead of 4 hits. You hit both switches, then you hit the right switch. And also the music just like disappears because of that glitch. Like the music isn't correct here.
Yeah, you're supposed to
Should
be
we-
doing some fighting earlier, but you just don't.
Yeah, so we're not. Yeah, there's a little bit. It's not really a bug. It's Susato, sure. That one came up on my last one.
I think there's like Italian words for wind or something.
There's
I don't know.
there's one that's like a specific direction of wind off the Caribbean coast or something, and that's
Yeah.
a word you can type, and it's
They
like
really
okay.
dug deep for this game. You can genuinely learn a lot of words if you play this game. You can seem very smart.
This is also not that hard of a puzzle. I just need to line it up right here, and then I do these two diagonals here. It's unlocking the gates down below.
A lot of the wind puzzles will only activate if you hit them from a certain angle. So, you know, you just memorize the angles that you have to hit them from.
So I'm gonna hit this. Make the fox do a little bit of a little dance in here. Ooh, wow! All right, cool. We're out.
Am I really here?
So this dungeon is definitely like
She found the center of the
kind of a break before the final dungeon, because this nest is probably the easiest nest in the entire game. That's like at the end of a dungeon, because there's normally nests will have the new element that you unlocked as part of the enemies that show up. But for some reason, for this dungeon, there's no wind enemies, which is great, because it means nothing gets pushed off screen.
So here I'm specifically targeting the big enemies because it has another word for spark, so I can kill the two smaller bugs. It's like the words are longer, but I'm killing more things by typing those words, so it's worth it.
Yeah, so this is
I
pretty
saw
straightforward.
That bug's not getting me again. All right. I hate that word. Rowdyism. I hate that word. That's
really?
one of
I
my,
like that.
Achilles heel of words.
That word's
All
pretty
right,
easy.
the left is about to be a bug bath of dead bugs. We'll call it that.
Bugs up.
Everything's just gonna die because Spark is just doing all the work for me.
Bug bath sounds like something I do not want.
Sounds like something that belongs in a horror game like Eternal Darkness.
Hitting everything with spark, call that the bug zapper.
It is something I saw in a video with the hamster. The hamster was pretty happy about it.
But yeah, this is a real like break before the end of the run, because nothing in this nest is very hard, so we can just kind of chill.
Oh yeah. That nest is not hard. We do it. Aim and I do it for fun now. At this point, it's not even like a. We could easily make the last nest in the game very easy if we wanted to and not lose any time. But I'm gonna specifically fight the horde, so I'm gonna make it the hardest nest in the game.
You do actually lose a little bit of time. You don't lose much.
There's a lot of things you can just kill for free and it won't lose time though.
Sure.
Because you're waiting for the things to reveal themselves, the path. I guess it's a small thing I can mention because it will technically affect me in the last area of the game. When the path is opening, there's an animation that plays. It is RNG how fast it turns solid. And yes, that can save time.
Explain that a little bit later, but like basically the paper unfolding visuals that have gone on with every time he opens a new area, we actually run into those, and like you said, those are RNG. So there'll be times when it looks like he can go on, but he can't. And at this point, he's got all the points he needs to beat the game. You need 100k to unlock the final dungeon, so he's not killing anything extra on the way. He's just running for the end.
You need technically enough points to unlock that area and ice. There's like, you could trace the conditions, but I don't think technically you need Spark. If you could skip Spark and get 100k, you could open this area early, but you also need wind.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing with Spark blocking your way to that map reveal. So
Yeah,
like there, I only had to type one word because I just have to hit both of them with the same gust of wind.
Yeah. If we could skip wind and beat the game, we would.
And just go farm nests. That would be the easiest way to do this. Is just go find all the nests on the map here and just farm them.
You would just
Like,
do
here's
the
a-
other Spark dungeon.
Yeah, so like right before this is the final area. There's a bonus nest off to the right there. We could just like do all of this to get 100,000 points. I see people are looking up words in chat now.
Someone asked what a pogo nip was. It is a dense winter fog containing frozen particles formed in the deep mountain valleys of the western U.S.
All right, tiniest optimization here. I did typing and cutscene here, so I could switch my element, and that's all I need it for. It saves me 1 word of typing. All right, we're heading into the final area of the game.
The desert stretched out to the hazy horizon.
So this is the desert. If you've been undying all game, except for the one skip in
There was nothing but
the Wind Dungeon, which again I still cannot remember the name of.
Whispering Isle.
Yeah, because I just don't pay attention to it. It's not a
this
dungeon
is
to me.
random. If this opened quickly, I could cut a path through like this, but that was basically the same time.
Mountain range.
But yeah,
That's where
this if you've been really cranking all game, this is gonna be extremely hard for him. Enemies just start sprinting at him full force, and it's also very difficult to see them against this background because a lot of the enemies' words are white. And so if he doesn't know where the enemies are and doesn't notice that they're coming at him, he's gonna die.
Mm-hmm. I'll specifically fight the Horde for fun.
Sure.
Oh, I already have Wind selected. So this is where the RNG of the platforms spawning in can lose you time.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'll spawn immediately, and sometimes like they'll have this one where it's like, oh, it's still got the paper symbol, but I can walk on it.
Yeah, the collision for like the trees and stuff that appear is all real, but the platform opening up isn't.
Like that one. So some of those bugs will fight me later, but I can kill those now for free.
The silent star did not reply.
Yeah, quote unquote fighting the Horde means just not fighting anything throughout the throughout this entire area.
Spark is really gonna go to work here as well.
Someone's asking to look up Cordanzo. I don't. That's not a word, apparently.
Come on. My fingers, no, please. Type the P. Spark just murdered all 3 of those bugs on the top of the screen.
Yeah. So there is a thing you can do, and it requires really fast typing, which is why Shock isn't doing it on this keyboard because it would be really difficult to do. Where if you type, so let's say you have a fire enemy, and you type a fire word, it flies towards them. If you switch to Spark before it hits them, it will count as fire but chain and spark. So you can get rid of a lot of words very quickly. But the words per minute required to hit spark bug or the spark glitch with like element swapping is just hyper hard. Like you just don't go for it.
For the last run I had that tool on that Amy mentioned earlier that like gives you a bunch of information about like the difficulty and stuff. My words per minute at the end, I think the highest I got in this run was 71, somewhere around there. And I was maintaining that. Jesus, come on. Hello? Did I not touch the grass over here enough?
Yeah.
Why is that not opening? Okay. I'm very confused about that.
Sometimes it just be like that.
This is a directional puzzle here. It's bottom right, left, or bottom right, top, left. You cannot do all 4 of these in one camera or one typing mode. You have to do it in a minimum of 2. It's like all these guys. I'm killing the ones I need to kill because they will catch up to me. I can leave that one for the Horde.
Yeah. So he's actually done at this point. He can just run to the end. There's only the final nest left.
It would be easier for her to give in, but she
So here, and again, more RNG of this stuff. These areas that are unfolding are based on my position, so I need to get as fast forward as possible, which is linked to RNG. So you can just lose time here because the RNG of the platforms unfolding is pretty bad. I'll leave this. I will not shoot this guy on purpose. I'll leave him up. All right, time to fight the Horde. I gotta maintain like 80 words per minute on this thing.
Sands
Does
rose
the-
around.
So the horde, as you can tell, when enemies spawn for the nest, they move at a fixed movement speed, which is pretty slow because you have to, kill everything. If he didn't kill a lot of things going into the final area, they're all going to be sprinting
it's
at
coming
him
now. This
at
is the horde.
overworld speed. Yeah. So you're going to see things moving towards him at a far faster speed than they should be moving at him.
All right, there you go. I got it. Horde's dead. All right, Horde's dead. Cool. Now we're in easy mode.
The desert itself hungry.
Now I just need to beat the nest and we're good to go.
Yep. So this rotates this again. This specifically right here is like why we can't skip wind, and it's because there's a couple enemies right at the end that have wind words on them, and if we came in here without wind, we wouldn't be able to do it.
Oh, the bugs. These guys have killed a run. Die, please. Thank you.
No, that was tie, not die.
Oh, my bad.
I got you. The spark wave for this is always so nice because you actually get to use the chaining.
All right, and one more set of spark enemies, and then it's gonna switch to wind. This will be the only time I ever fight something with the wind power, and you'll see why. Because wind is just not good.
If you element glitch away from wind, you actually avoid the pushback. But again, you have to. So like you'll see, and it may not be possible depending on how high quality people are viewing it at. But you can see something fly out from him and hit the enemies. He has to change elements before it hits them. Which that's maybe like 3 or 4 tenths of a second.
Yeah, you gotta type absurdly fast. So I'm gonna wait here. Now I can do that one. Ooh, I got that enemy before it was chopped off frame.
Also, if you kill the enemy before, that's not wind. Whatever. Also, if you kill the enemy before. If you type all of its words before the first wind thing hits it, it doesn't actually push it. Which means it doesn't push anything around it.
Can I get this guy close enough? No, okay. I was hoping that guy would be close enough. There's insects that come at the bottom of the screen. Those are some sneaky little buggers that will kill you.
Haha.
It's just like now it's just maintaining this. It's not that difficult. The difficult part was at the start. Adaptive difficulty will kick in at the end of this again, and you'll see it.
I mean, it's kicked in right now. They're moving faster than they would on Insane.
I was talking word-wise.
Yeah. Well, those at the end always have a really long word. It's just specifically when you're this high,
Like,
on the
please.
adaptive scale.
But I don't care about the snake. I don't care about him anymore, because I have that guy.
Yeah. So this is also why you would level up fire, is there's an enemy coming in the next camera shift that is like a 20 character word. So my contribution to this is you do a really long spark chain onto it from nearby enemies, and then you fire it on the last word. And it saves a bunch of time.
I'm just gonna let that guy burn. I don't care about this other snake here. I'm just gonna shoot this instead. Alright, cool. That's the last thing.
There we go.
The desert stretched.
And it's about a minute until the end of the
There
run.
would be no turning
Time
back.
will end when I type my name
Had to
is.
press on. I want to go home now.
If you want to know the story of this game, because I genuinely like the story of this game. I think it's really good. I suggest that you stop looking at the screen, because this reveals a lot of background to the game that you may not know, I would suggest listening to the final song because A, it's an incentive, and B, the final song bangs. But just don't look.
All right, all the RNG is done for the rest of the run. It took all the way up until here for it to happen. This one's I am lost. The next one is who, where am I?
It's not a sentence. I never understood it.
And then the next two are also said. All right, on the next one will be time when I type my name is done. Time.
My name is.
Nice.
Hey, I got below an hour. I'm happy about that.
All right, so this is the big spoiler for the game. I won't say it because I told people not to look at the screen if they don't want to be spoiled. But
Right.
this final song is so good.
Yeah, this is the credits. We'll be quiet for this.
Dark, thick dust storms everywhere. The wind blew sand into my hair. The smell of dangers in the air. Prepare for the worst. My heart went down like an aeroplane. Now stranded in a cruel terrain where the earth is dry and there is no rain. No rain at all. Days down the road and the outlook's dim, just like the sun as the clouds roll in. My heart and skin burned by the wind. Gotta get up again. I struggle daily to survive. The sand eats hearts like mine alive. Many have come this way to die, but it's not over yet. Your love, keep fears even closer.
There you go.
Alrighty.
Great song.
So that was a credit song. Is a absolute banger. Is a great song to end on. Also, fun fact for anyone who did donate for it, you most likely are going to get the YouTube uploaded this demonetized. So thank you for spending $100 to get that demonetized or to get that flagged. It most likely will. Anyway, we'll wrap up quickly. This is a game. It's on Steam. You can buy it for about $20. It's not very expensive. It also did just come out on Switch. Funnily enough, you don't type. You use different button combos, but you can get this on Switch as well. They do have a new game that just came out called Nanotype. It's also Typing Chronicles. It's another typing game. Uses a similar system to this. Also on Steam. So, other than that, Amy, you got anything else you want to say?
Play this game. It's really good. Do 100% of the game. It's really good. It's really difficult.
Yeah, again, that was barely half the game. You got at least 4 more dungeons that you can go explore.
There's 2 of each element type.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it from us. Enjoy the rest of the marathon. We'll see you all later.
Thank you so much, Shockwave, for showing off that beautiful, beautiful game, Epistory Typing Chronicles. Don't go anywhere, folks. Coming up next, we have Portal.